Having lunch with the plastics was like leaving the actual world and entering girl world. And girl world has a lot of rules. We only wear jeans or track pants on Friday. You can't wear a tank top 2 days in a row. You can only wear your hair in a ponytail once a week. So I guess you pick today. And if you break any of these rules, you can't sit with us at lunch. I mean, not just you, any of us. Like if I was wearing jeans today, I would be sitting over there like with the art freaks. We always vote before we ask someone to eat lunch with us because you have to be considerate of the rest of the group. I mean, you wouldn't buy a skirt without asking your friends first if it looks good on you. I wouldn't? Right. It's the same with guys. You may think you like someone, but you could be wrong. Have you seen anyone that you think is cute yet? Actually, there's a guy in my calculus class. Never mind. It's stupid. Who is it? Is it a senior? His name is Aaron Samuels. No! No. You can't like Aaron Samuels. He's Regina's ex-boyfriend. They went out for a year, and then he broke up with her for no reason. Because she cheated on him. Regardless, ex-boyfriends are off limits to friends. Don't worry. I will never tell Regina what you said. It'll be our secret.
I have a feeling that Mean Girls of, what was that, 2004 that movie came out? Yes. Was like the same phenomenon that Barbie has now. Like back in 2004, maybe not as peak.
In a different way.
Not as peak, but the same like pink aesthetic. And then everybody was wearing their clogs, with mini skirts.
I think at the end of the day, Barbie is a very positive film, but Mean Girls is not a positive film at all, period.
Yeah, so like two opposite ends of the spectrum.
At the end it is.
Yeah, after you waded through a whole thing that pretty much says women are shallow. It's kind of what you get out of that.
No. Okay, I think maybe you do have to be a girl to completely understand it, Brian. You do.
He just doesn't understand us.
He doesn't understand. Oh my gosh.
Go watch the Barbie monologue again, and then maybe you'll understand us.
Look, I'm all about the Barbie movie. I think it's great. I think it sends a great message. Mean Girls movie does not send a good message.
It does though, at the very end.
And it's so like women though. We're so catty, okay? And that's it. That's what the movie was about. Catty women.
Yeah, so is that a good thing? Who wants
I mean, in a comedy setting it is, because in a way it is true.
And it's women making fun of women, so it's okay.
So, yeah, but it's like, we're shallow and catty, and that's how it's always going to be. And
only if you think you are.
But also, we're women, and we stand together.
And if you don't think you are, then you are.
And that's that. Anyways.
But you know what? You're a woman anyway. Your opinion doesn't matter.
Anyways, welcome back to yet another episode of Bump That, the misogynistic-free episodes of Bump That. Patriarchy-free episodes of Bump That. If you don't know who we are, we've got Brian in this corner.
Hi, everyone.
We've got KT in this corner.
If you're from Africa, why are you white?
Good question. And I'm Ileana, your host, and we are siblings who have a love for all things nerdy, movies, video games, TV shows, all things of that sort, and decided to talk about it here on the internet with all of you people, and here you are listening. So, welcome. First, we have a good show for you. It's gonna be rocky, okay?
Yay.
And it's gonna be rocky. You know why?
Why?
I'm right, and you guys are wrong.
No, it's because we're going through book 2 of Avatar in the Chunk Zone.
Woo!
So it's gonna be rocky because there's
and
rocks.
I'm gonna be right, and you guys are gonna be wrong. That's how.
I just don't know.
There's that patriarchy again.
Right. There's just so many ways this can go.
Comment whose list you like better, especially last week's.
Yes, please let us know. Speaking of, I should go through some of those comments from last week. However, if you're not subscribed to the Bump That podcast, what are you doing? Subscribe and become a sibling today. All right. And then hit that notification bell while you're there so you never miss an upload from us. All right. So some of our comments from last week's episode. I love this. I love the Pal World drama. It's keeping me alive.
Oh my gosh.
I love the Pal World drama. It's so funny. Let's go on. Let's keep moving on. I love all of this. Margot Robbie, hot. Ryan Gosling, hotter. No, but Margot Robbie is hot and smart. But no one, not even Ryan Gosling, beats out that character actress Margot Martindale. I don't know who that is. Sizzle Bojack. Or hashtag
Character
Bojack.
actress Margot Martindale?
Yeah.
All-time great.
What
Katie
name
knows.
would you
Katie
give
knows
her?
Margot
Yes.
Martindale.
What? I best know her from $1 Million Baby. Brian, if you were to give her one of your nicknames, what would you give her? Margot Martindale. Marge Martindale.
Margie.
Mags.
Mags.
Mags Martindale.
The great Martindale. I don't know, something like that.
Character actress.
We have another comment that says Team Danielle Brooks for the Oscar. So
I do like her a lot. She's in Orange is the New Black, if I remember.
yeah.
I did like her character a lot, although she did something really stupid, and it's like, why would you do that? But you know,
Like
character.
as a person, like outside
no,
of
no, no.
acting?
The character in the show did something stupid.
Okay.
But they wanted to keep. I'm assuming they wanted to keep her character, and that's why she did something stupid.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, hey, we'll see. Those are coming up. Last comment that I'll read is Siege of the North Part 2 is the best episode in Season 1, in my opinion. That's what I said. That's what I said.
Did you put that down? You put that down as
That's
your
what I
the
said.
best episode?
Yep. And I got an agreeer.
Top 3, but not the best one.
It's the best one. It is the best one. So good. But we'll get to book 2 in the chunk zone. But for now, let's go ahead and go through our news. All right? This is fun. This is fun. The Despicable Me 4 trailer is out. It dropped.
Ugh.
And did anybody know this was dropping? Did anybody know this was happening? Because I didn't. Truly.
Oh.
It makes sense.
I knew Kung Fu Panda 4, which also just dropped. I knew that was coming, but did not see Despicable Me 4 coming at all. So that was something.
It's crazy because they're both competing studios, right?
Yes, Illumination and DreamWorks. So
Yeah. It's crazy how they both got released like at the exact same time.
yeah, it was like
It felt like the
within-
exact same day.
Yeah, it felt like within days of each other.
It was because I was
hours of each other.
watching playoff
Football.
football, and then you see
Yes, the Despicable Me.
these commercials come on for them, and you're like, oh, the next at halftime, oh, Kung Fu Panda, oh, great. Despicable Me 4, I thought that was done.
Yeah. So, didn't we already see a trailer for Kung Fu Panda 4 already? Hasn't that already been something, or was this the second trailer? Or because I knew I saw something floating around the internet about like this is like Poe's foes from the past coming back or whatever. I feel like I saw
Did you
some
come up
footage.
with that? Pose foes?
Yeah. Poe's foes from the past coming back.
Foes.
So
You've heard of the Mean Team? Well, we're Poe's foes.
yeah.
Wussy man. Wussy man.
So I felt like I already saw
Baldy.
footage. But
Hey, you don't talk to Michael Jordan that way. Oh, my little cranium.
what are you
Hey, are
even
you
talking
okay?
about?
You're not gonna let them talk to us like that. Are you, Mr. Jordan?
Let's play some ball.
Ooh.
Let's play some basketball.
What is that?
Heck yeah. Oh, are you kidding me?
Oh my gosh.
What is
A
this?
movie that's way better than Despicable Me 4 and Kung Fu Panda 4, okay? It doesn't even... Alright? It's Space Jam. Okay? The greatest basketball movie of all time.
Brother, that
Better
came
than
out,
Air Bud even.
that came out the same year I was born.
Wrong. It came out a year before you were born.
96? I thought it was 97.
Yes.
Dang
No.
it. Well, whatever. Anyways, no, I haven't really seen Space Jam. I'm sorry. I might have watched it. Might.
How do we even have this podcast?
I might have watched it when I was like
Are you?
kid, like a little kid. Like how I slightly remember Roger Rabbit. That's how slightly I remember Space Jam. They're both very, very slight remembrance. But
Wait,
Despicable
is
Me
Jackie-
4 is fresh in my mind, so, call me a
Is
TikTok
Jackie
kid.
Chan in Kung Fu Panda 4?
Jackie Chan? I think all of the original voices came back.
I saw like
We better be getting Jack Black, Angelina Jolie, Seth Rogen, Jackie Chan, and Lucy Lee. What? No. Did I say that right?
Yeah,
Lucy Liu. I said Lucy Lee. Sorry. Lucy Liu. We better be getting all of them.
Let's see.
I saw like on the internet that it was like one of these dumb things that said Jackie Chan died peacefully at the age of 64.
Oh my
And I was
gosh.
Like, no!
No!
How dare you?
It was all those broken bones that he's gone through. It caught up to him.
Here's what we're looking at. Jack
Okay.
Black, obviously, as Poe the Panda. Aquafina as a little fox thing.
Why?
called
Yeah,
Zen.
that's
Why
in the
is she
trailer.
everywhere?
Dustin Hoffman as Master Shifu, so he's coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that's the only thing he's allowed to do now.
Ki
Dang.
Hui Kwan is joining as Han, the leader of the Den of Thieves. We will see Angelina Jolie as Tigress, David Cross as Crane, Lucy Liu as Viper, Jackie Chan as Monkey, Seth Rogen as Mantis, and James Hong as Mr. Ping.
Well, then there we go.
Yeah, so the original people are back.
That's great. I don't think if they changed any of those voices, it wouldn't be a great movie, in my opinion.
What I would imagine they would do if they didn't come back is actually just like take Poe away from that.
Yeah, they wouldn't show him
area.
as much. Maybe
Yeah.
one word, if anything.
Yeah.
But they're so underused. They're so underused in every film they do.
They're the Magnificent Five or the Fabulous Five, Fearless Five.
Yeah, they
Flyer-
barely have any
Flyer
lines.
Fearsome?
I have
Fearsome,
no idea
foursome?
who these characters.
Feisty?
That's one of the sad things I think about Kung Fu Panda is that the Fearsome Six or whatever.
Five.
We just named a bunch of different F
Okay,
names, and then Brian's like, six.
The Fresh Five don't do anything. Like you never
Yeah.
get to hear from them at all.
The fearsome foursome.
Like Crane could be like the best character, but we never get to hear about him. Viper, she's
a
like,
babe.
Just
The
barely there.
only thing that you ever hear from Mantis is and that's
Oh
it.
yeah, yeah. it's
Just
it.
a little bit in the background of the characters talking.
And Tigress is like, I'm not gonna laugh. If I laugh, I will die. If I show,
I
any
will
emotion,
die.
I will die.
Pretty much.
Well, like in the last movie, they all turned to Jade, so they were kind of not really
Who's
characters. Okay. They turned into
No, they
the
said they turned to Jade. Why did they look at Jade? Who's Jade?
Jade.
I don't remember
What
that
do we do? I don't know. I'm
It's
not
one of
in
those
this
pigs.
movie.
Jade is one of the pigs that just eats at Mr. Hong's restaurant.
Oh my gosh. Well, anyways, are we getting the same cast for Despicable Me 4? Goodness, I hope that Steve, Bob, and the other minion have the same voice actor from before. If they don't, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Do you think Miranda Cosgrove is coming back?
Yeah, or Kristen Bell? Gosh, gee golly, I don't know what I'll do.
Let's find out. Oh. All right. So, yes, Steve Carell is Gru. Kristen Wiig is Lucy Wilde. Dana Geyer is
Oh, I said
Edith.
Kristen Bell. My bad.
Yeah. Miranda Cosgrove is Margot. A lot of other
Why
people
haven't
are. A lot
why
of people
haven't
are
they
in
aged
this.
the kids? Why haven't they aged
This
the
move,
exact
this
same
Money.
age?
this franchise has been all within a span of just a couple months.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in the trailer, they have a baby, so that should be at least 9 months, and but yet the kids are exactly the same age. God, I hate that. I hate that
Yeah, I hate it
inconsistency. in
too.
time.
Yeah,
Come on,
Agnes
guys, do
has
better.
never grown
Do
up.
better. Yeah.
Agnes is still like, Oh, I love unicorns.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
It's a
oldest girl
Cheeto.
should be going to college, you know. And,
Okay, she was like 12, okay?
Come on, Margot. Make
Yeah,
the family some
but-
money.
How many years has this been then? It should be at least 3-4 years, bro.
Margot, you need to
know?
be supporting your sisters, all right? You're being a deadbeat. Let's go. Come on.
I just can't
Okay, so
stand that.
some
It just
additions,
irritates
which
me.
I'm kind of like. Will Ferrell is doing Maxime Lemal,
Okay.
and-
great.
the great Sofia Vergara is doing Valentina.
You know, I feel like I haven't seen many movies where Will Ferrell is animated, like showing his voice to an animated role.
What? The Lego movie.
Megamind? Megamind?
I never
Yeah.
saw Megamind.
Megamind is fantastic.
And
Who are you? You don't watch Space Jam? You don't watch Megamind?
listen, okay, when Megamind came out, I had a portable DVD player, so I was only watching like the
Madagascar on
the,
rerun.
the same 6 movies, and it was like Ratatouille, Incredibles, Horton Hears a Who, and maybe Ice Age 2. So I'm sorry, my siblings left me. All right.
Oh, so now it's out.
When I was in middle school, I was left by myself.
All I
right.
hear are excuses, you know, and
Ileana, but that was 20 years ago. Can't you watch those things now on streaming services? Shut up, you. I didn't ask you. Ah. Anyways, let's move on. Okay, so those were the animated films that we just had trailers for.
please.
So,
Please.
all right. Next, moving on. James Gunn finds.
Wait a
it's-
sec. Before we move on.
Oh.
Hey, at least we're getting trailers. Elio doesn't have a trailer yet.
Yeah, freaking Elio. Come on. Did you guys both boo?
No, we said oh.
Yeah.
No, Brian booed.
Oh!
That wasn't a boo.
Like,
Oh, I thought I heard boo.
no, like, oh!
Back of the throat.
Oh! Ow!
We just all start howling. Ow!
And then my husky joins in. He's like,
Wait, actually, really quick before we move on, which movie makes more money?
Ooh.
Despicable Me 4, hands down.
Oh, I don't want
it'll
it
make
to.
it'll make $1 billion.
I don't think so. I don't think so. It doesn't look interesting. How well did Despicable Me 3 do?
It made like $1 billion.
Did it really?
It made $1 billion.
Stop!
And each Minions movies made like $1 billion.
I did see Minions
million
2 in
billion.
theater. Because I
I
have
did too.
children.
Each Minions movie does $1 billion. Kung Fu Panda 3 didn't do very well.
No.
So I don't even know why they didn't make
Dang.
it.
But it's been a while since we've gotten one, so maybe.
Nobody cares.
And
Oh.
Jack Black is
Nobody was
riding
asking
that
for
train
it.
right now.
He
that Mario
is.
train.
He is. The kids are like, yeah,
Okay.
I like the Jack Blacks. So, maybe. But I think you're right, Brian. I think unfortunately,
Yeah,
Despicable
But he
Me.
was making the movie for the competing studio though.
Mm.
Because Mario is
Oh.
Illumination.
Oh.
Do you think maybe it's sabotage?
I don't know. Bump that will be there. Speaking of, are there release dates on any of these movies?
No one.
I know the
Let's
Despicable
find
Me
out.
one said July, but I don't know if there was a specific date. So this is going to be a summer movie, and that makes sense because kids will be out of school, and they're like, yes, mommies and daddies, while you're at home with your kids, take them to the movies. Something for you to do.
Despicable Me
One has
is
got to have a
coming.
spring date.
What?
One of them has got to have a spring date.
When does
Despicable
when is
Me 4 is coming out July 3rd, 2024.
it? Okay.
And then the Kung Fu Pander.
Pander. So July 4th weekend. Okay.
It's coming out March 8th.
Oh,
Yeah, I knew it.
Brian was right.
I knew it.
So
That's always
that's just in a couple months.
every spring March. There's always a big animated family feature film for like Easter time. Always. Every single
So
From Disney.
luckily we'll see the numbers coming out real quick. Except, didn't the month of January feel like it lasted for freaking ever?
Yes, it did. Yes.
Okay.
It did.
It lasted too stinking long. All right. So is this segment stuck on these two movies. Let's move on.
No. I'm good.
Should we howl some more?
James Gunn finds its new Supergirl with House of Dragons Millie Alcock. Is that pronounced right? Alcock?
Whoa, watch your mouth.
Alcock donning the cape. Millie Alcock reportedly snagged the role from Meg Donnelly, Disney's Zombies, and Amelia Jones. Coda. The first Superman film in the rebooted DCU will begin filming in March.
Excuse her Tourette's, everybody.
Anyways, so that's
You guys
great.
talk about me getting people to sign off on this show. That's you. You're the one that's gonna get us.
what?
All the Tourette's people
No.
are like, "What the heck, man?"
I've got the people rolling right now. Okay, they're
In their grave.
I don't know a single one of those people. I'm sorry. Any of those girls. I don't know who Millie Alcock is, or Meg Donnelly, or Amelia Jones. So, sorry. I don't know any of them. But
Supergirl.
this is at least a step forward for DC.
Question mark?
Yeah, question mark. Is this a step forward? Because
I don't know. I'm just reporting the news.
Brian he's like, I don't, man.
I don't know, man. I'm still getting over the fact that we had a DCU for 2 seconds and it could have been something amazing, and
Yeah.
they crapped all over it. So.
No. Okay, back up. Hunter was watching the new Flash film the other day, and it looked like I was cooking while he was watching it, and so I was just getting bits and pieces of it, and like what it was giving.
So he gets to sit on his butt while you're slaving
Okay.
away.
Patriarchy.
What the heck,
Ow,
man?
ow, ow. Anyways, no, I was cooking.
I know you guys have been married a year, but that's what you're looking forward to for the next 20? Come on.
No, I actually haven't cooked at all this week. I've made him cook because I'm like, I'm tired. I'll go to bed. Buy me jewelry.
Don't be that guy. Don't defend your husband like that, okay?
What?
All right?
Anyways, I'm trying to make a point. The movie seemed like it was trying so hard to be something like Guardians of the Galaxy. Like it was trying to be serious but funny and actiony, but also comical. Oh, so funny. So, and it wasn't funny. It was falling flat on its face, in my opinion. Like I said, I did not watch the whole thing. It was just I was picking up bits and pieces, and that was the vibe I was getting from it. Did either of you guys watch that whole movie?
No.
Yes.
Am I incorrect in saying that?
Just the whole DCU. It was just. Oh man, they bit off more. They tried to be like Marvel, but they didn't put everything. They didn't have a foundation like Marvel did. So they're doing Shazam's movies. Shazam has got a sequel before there's even a Man of Steel 2.
That
So,
Shazam sequel sucked. Sucked
You saw
so
it?
bad. I did. I watched it with the boys, and it was so bad. It was.
I mean, I was watching the Suicide Squad, then I watched because all these DC movies are now streaming on Netflix.
Yeah.
I believe most of them. And so, I mean, this started off right. We're like, all right, we got a Superman movie. Well, the Superman movie, we got Man of Steel. Only half of it is good. Only half of it works. Then you're like, you know what? Let's forget about doing a Batman movie. Before we even do that, let's do Batman v Superman, because that's what everybody wants.
Yeah.
And from there, you already sunk. You sunk it. You sunk it. Are you peeking? You know, they did Wonder Woman. That was great, but the DCU was already sunk before I even had a Justice League. Everything, it was just all poop.
Dookie.
Yeah. So hopefully James Gunn can just do it right the first time.
But this
Build
news
blocks
is coming
properly.
out. This news is coming out, and it hasn't even begun filming. And with their track record, is this just going to be another trashed film? Like, they start filming and they're like, uh-oh, just kidding, this
I
was
was wondering
bad.
the same thing. I really was.
Because it's like they can't... Why can't they decide on anything?
And
Like,
this
okay,
would-
now
this would
even this-
destroy-
Even this was switching female actors out for another and tossing up... Like, there's 3 people's names here. They can't even make a freaking decision of what they're going to do. And then they're going to have this movie start filming, okay, in March. There's not going to be any news on this maybe for another 2 years or so. I'm guessing, at least, a lot of it's probably going to be CGI, so they can probably whip that out lickety-split. But...
Oh, gosh. I don't know. Definitely, if they're filming in March and it comes out 2 years from now, maybe it'll... some of the bad taste of The Flash and
Shazam.
all the other stuff will have been gone. Shazam's.
If James Gunn doesn't knock this out of the park, he's finished.
Yeah.
Aquaman came out just, a little...
Yeah, can we replace directors like how we replace coaches for the NFL? Can we just you're done. Bye. Trash them. Throw them out. You don't get to run this franchise anymore.
Yeah, the franchise is dead.
It is. It's so sad because I don't know anybody like kids who are talking Batman. I'm so excited about Batman and Superman.
It's always Spider-Man.
It's all Spider-Man. All Spider-Man. Completely. But speaking of the DCU, all right, the new Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League video game apparently sucked eggs and has dropped in price already. And it's like, why can't they get it together, man? They can't get anything right. It's so sad.
A lot of video games, we talked about this a while back. A lot of superhero video games, comic book video games are not doing well lately. They're poorly made. Nobody wants them. It's just a bad investment to do that.
It's like, what happened to something as iconic as like the Arkham games, Those were iconic.
Well, it's made by the same studio.
And why can they not...
Rocksteady.
Why can they not pop out another banger like that?
Nobody wants it. Nobody wants it.
It's probably because their
Because for
movies
one
are
thing-
sucking.
For one thing, I think the Arkham games are incredibly overrated.
They were good for when they came out.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's the
Maybe
time
that's-
period that really made them.
They were
But
very
it's
edgy
just-
and entertaining.
I just don't like playing games where people are so overly buff, or the women's boobs are literally beach balls, and they're not barely wearing anything. It's like, why did you sex up Harley Quinn so? Because that's where that came from. Like, making Harley Quinn such a tart, that's where that came from, and.
I mean, it knew its
character that way.
demographic, I guess. A bunch of neckbeards living in their mom's basement. And then they played the game, talked about it, reviewed it, and other normies were like, hey, maybe I should try that game. And they were like, actually, this is pretty good. And that was, 2008, 2009 or something like that? Maybe earlier? I don't know.
It's about right.
So,
Those games had great mechanics, though. They had great mechanics and everything, but...
And a really good story.
they
did.
had, of course, Kevin Conroy. You had Mark Hamill doing voices.
and for a comic book character, for that to be the video game, that's pretty good because there's really not many good ones, at least. Like, oh gosh, I'm really begging for a Martian Manhunter video game. Come on, DC, give it to me. Like, no. So Batman is their best option for something like that. And
Now, I will say the anomaly in video games right now, superhero video games, is Wolverine. There have been leaks for that game, and everybody's foaming at the mouth for it. I'm foaming at the mouth for it. Squidward's foaming at the mouth.
What would be the equivalent of it, like, style game? Is it like a game of
I
God of
would
War
say
style?
Red Dead. It's almost like a western.
So open world, like an open. No, but
Well,
like
I don't know.
Oh, okay, that's what I'm wondering. If it'd be like a God of War style.
Maybe not.
kind of-
Maybe kind of close to. Maybe close to.
You know.
Let's see. According to the Wikipedia, Marvel's Wolverine is an upcoming video game developed by Insomniac Games, which has a great track record. They do.
Spider-Man,
Yeah, I was gonna say yeah. And published by Sony Interactive, based on the Marvel Comics character Wolverine, is inspired by the long-running. Well, that doesn't help me. That doesn't say what it is. It looks more like a western.
I don't
Wolverine's
see
PS5
Wolverine
be open world. It will be
playing
M-rated,
like a
semi-open
open
world.
world.
Semi-open world.
Okay.
Probably won't
Yeah.
be. So, like the Spider-Man games, open sections of world similar to the other major Sony games. So, probably like God of War also.
Okay. So you're gonna
Yes.
completely slash and hack bad guys over and over and over and over.
I'm
and
sorry.
then
What is
just-
that console debuting on? Or
What
is
is
that?
the game?
Yeah, what is the game?
PS5.
PS5.
And thankfully, praise Jesus, I have a PS5. So, I'm going to...
And thank goodness they're actually coming out with this game. When is this supposed to be dropping?
that's still in
2025?
production.
Goodness gracious, man. PS5, get your crap together.
Well, that's next year. Well, and this isn't in our show doc, but today, what is today? The 31st, January 31st, Sony had their State of Play. You want to know what was announced?
Nothing?
Yes.
Just the Hideo Kojima game. That's pretty much it. Death Stranding 2.
The new one?
Yeah, Death Stranding 2.
Death
Ooh, I
Stranding
gotta
2?
watch that. I haven't
Which
seen
we
that.
already knew about that.
Right.
But I mean, you have a whole thing.
So
Sony,
what did they
what are
talk
you doing?
about
You have
then?
a giant state of play. You're releasing your games. That's worse than the worst Nintendo Direct.
This is getting embarrassing, honestly,
Yes.
for them.
It's like, okay, I have a PS5 here. It is collecting dust. I do not have a single game for my PS5.
The dust is gonna kill your PS5 before you even get to play a game. All of the system little air plugs will be filled with dust, and you'll be like, "Well, great, it's unusable now. Might as well just—I don't even know."
I might as well just stream on it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Jeez. So the last two games, it's actually three games that I'm actually interested in the PS5 are, of all things, Grand Theft Auto 6, Wolverine, and the Horizon game whenever that comes out. I assume it's going to be coming
Which
out
are
very
great games. Like,
three
those are
games, sir.
great titles, but it's taken so long. And I think that's the problem here, is that it's taken so long. Like, they could have at least given us, like, a little, okay, give us an hors d'oeuvre, and then give us the meal, you know? Those would be the meal. Where are the hors d'oeuvres?
Hors d'oeuvre would be something like Little Big Planet. They haven't done anything with Little Big Planet in so long.
Yeah, and that was okay, I won't say it was huge, but a lot of people like to play that game.
Sackboy was a phenomenon for a while. You would go into, of all places, Hot Topic, and you'd see a lot of Sackboy stuff.
Like, it's
You know what?
niche, but
Similar to that, they should make a Crash Bandicoot.
They
really
do.
should.
Well, Crash Bandicoot is now on Xbox. It's owned by
it?
Microsoft. Yeah.
Oh,
but even
what the
still, you
heck?
have these
Ah,
IPs that you're
someone at my
sleeping
door.
I know
on.
that.
Sorry.
You've got IPs
weird.
that you're sleeping on and not doing anything with them.
Spyro?
They do make Spyro
Didn't
games.
they
It's
just
on
have
Nintendo.
another one come out? Yeah.
They put Spyro on Nintendo.
Yeah, they had something come out with Spyro recently. Maybe like a
Okay.
collector's edition or something. I don't know.
Okay.
But anyways, so all that to say that the DCU, get your buns together, okay? Get the buns together, put them in the oven, and then we can have a wonderful party.
Yeah. Buns.
Yeah, sure. Party sounds nice. Yeah.
Oh, gosh. I don't think they're going to get their buns together, honestly.
We can
I think it's going to
have
be
some
a while, a long while, before they can really get their buns together.
Indeed.
Especially with just having this game coming out and being like, price drop already. Like, ooh. Anyways, moving on. Michael Jackson biopic cast. It's Joe Jackson. Coleman Domingo will play the patriarch of the Jackson clan, with real-life nephew Jafar Jackson playing his uncle Michael. Training Day's Antoine Fuqua, is that how to say it? Did I say that right? Fuqua?
Yes.
Yeah! Will be directing, Graham King producing, and John Logan penning the screenplay. All right.
Okay, so I don't understand this sentence. I'm reading this. Coleman Domingo will play the patriarch of the... So, Joe Jackson.
Yes.
Okay. With his real-life nephew, Jafar Jackson, playing his uncle, Michael.
Yes. So Jafar is the nephew, and he's playing as Michael.
So Michael Jackson's real-life nephew, Jafar Jackson,
yes.
is playing his uncle.
Michael.
Sorry, probably should have threw a period or...
No, I understood what it was saying.
So Joe Jackson's brother.
No.
I don't understand.
Jafar is Michael's real-life nephew. Jafar is playing Michael Jackson.
Okay, I thought he was playing his uncle.
No. That needed a comma. His uncle, comma,
Sorry.
Michael. Gosh, how old are you?
No, it didn't make sense. It didn't make sense. That's why I was like, why is the nephew playing the uncle?
Katie pulled a plug in her brain and went, I don't know what's going on.
It's worded weird. Why?
His real life nephew.
Playing his uncle Mike.
Who cares about the uncle?
Jafar.
It says
They
uncle.
named him Jafar. Why would you name your son Jafar?
Why would Brian not write about who's playing Michael Jackson and like throw that out? Who's playing Michael's uncle? Joe Jackson's brother.
Yeah, I'm Michael Jackson's uncle. I taught him everything. I'm the one taught him how to sing. You know that moonwalk? I taught him how to do that.
I'm serious. This sentence does not make sense. With real-life nephew Jafar Jackson playing his uncle Michael. What am I supposed to make of that? He's playing his uncle named Michael.
Was there two Michaels in the family?
I mean, that's what I'm thinking. And that's why he named him Michael, after his brother.
I can't. I'm so dead. That's hilarious.
So, the point is that the
playing
the Michael Jackson biopic is coming out soon.
Yes.
And we got some hard hitters. We got Antoine Fuqua, John Logan, Graham. These are hardcore
Coleman
Hollywood
Domingo
filmmakers.
as Michael Jackson's father, Joe Jackson.
Coleman Domingo also got nominated for an Oscar this year. This is a serious actor. We're gonna see some awesome acting out of this film.
Jafar Jackson as Uncle Michael.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, okay, so Jafar is playing...
Oh, spell it out carefully now.
We're still talking about this?
Give Katie the red, blue, and yellow crayon, please. She's a little confused.
Wait, so Jafar Jackson is playing Michael Jackson?
Yes! We've established that.
Wait,
not what
wait,
it
guys.
says.
Listen up. In honor of this segment, I want to play something for you guys, okay? This is one of my favorite videos of all time, okay? And this is what I hope this movie's going to be, okay?
I can't get that note right. I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm really trying to sing to make sure that I get everything.
Yes. Yes, I know exactly what that is. That is so good.
I'm just hoping that movie is nothing but all that. Michael's like, Dad, I'm trying. Well, you ain't trying hard enough, boy. Bam! Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh. He had other brothers. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, Tito, Marlon. Jermaine, Jackie, they're all gonna get theirs, so it's all good.
Jafar Jackson as Uncle Michael.
All right, let's move on to the next thing. So we can do Avatar.
All right, this should be our last news segment. Bob the Builder, stop. Film in the works at Mattel, with J-Lo producing.
That's Jennifer Lopez.
Anthony Ramos, Hilton Transformers: Rise of the Beast.
Hamilton.
Oh, I'm sorry. What'd I say?
Who's Hilton?
What the heck?
I'm sorry.
I work really hard on this doc.
Who's Uncle Michael?
Red, blue, and yellow
all
crayon.
Who's Uncle Michael?
So she can circle the vowels.
Hamilton, I'm sorry. Will start as Bob as he travels to Puerto Rico for a construction job. What?
Isn't there a Hispanic builder like
Manny?
show?
El
Yeah,
Bob?
Manny.
Handy Manny.
Why is it not Handy Manny?
Bob the Builder.
We went with Bob the Builder when we had Handy Manny. He was already in Puerto Rico.
I thought Bob was like an Irish guy, you know, who did construction and went to the bar after work and drank a few
With all the other
you know,
tools.
and
Bye.
a few
That's
O'Douls.
That's a double entendre there.
I am that whole sentence, okay? Works at Mattel with J-Lo producing. Travels to Puerto Rico for a big construction job.
Bob doesn't work at Mattel, is in the works, in production. What the heck?
Bob works for
doesn't
Mattel,
work at Mattel.
Oh my
as a
No.
construction worker. Brian's sentence structure was interesting
Oh
for
my
this doc.
goodness.
That's so funny.
Was writing a script and then I got high.
All right, so wait. The point is Bump that going to be there for the Bob the Builder picture?
I think we might be canceled
You
by
bet
then
you're-
because we can't stay on track.
I'll take Wesley. I like
Hey,
power tools.
Hey, do you need some construction on your home? You know, I can.
Oh my gosh.
Where's
Can I help
Handy
you with
Manny?
that?
Is it gonna be
I'm telling
Manny?
you, they wasted Handy Manny for Bob the Builder.
Look,
Who?
I
Who
loved
the heck
Handy
is
Manny.
Manny?
He was the Hispanic builder. You know, to
Sounds
appeal
like
to
a
that
adults-only
demographic.
film.
Look, you had the white construction guy and you had the other construction guy. You know,
Who's left?
the black construction guy, the Asian construction guy.
All right, let's move on.
The
Let's move on.
Alaskan-
We're gonna get destroyed.
I almost said the Alaskan
Stop.
Pacific.
Stop.
Yeah, the Alaskan Pacific ones.
Please. Oh my gosh, no.
The Pacific Islander construction guy.
Listening to the best hits of Moana.
So,
What can I
Avatar
say
Season 2.
You're welcome.
Katie and I, you're such dingbats. I'm so sorry, Brian. Brian needs to
Best
run
of
the show.
Avatar.
The host
Season
can't even get it
2.
together. All right, yes, it is time to enter the chunk zone.
So chunky.
All right, before we get into the chunk zone and start rating all these episodes, there's going to be some claws out, just by the way. There's going to be some fists a-swinging, some fisty cuffs, okay? But hit that subscribe button. If you've made it this dang far, I mean, come on, it sounds like you like us, so become a sibling. Anyways, let's get into it. Like Brian said last time, we're going to start from our least favorite and move our way up to the best episode of the book, okay? Whew! This was tough. This was a toughie. I don't know.
The hardest season so far.
Yeah.
So,
By the way,
There's only been
this
one,
is in
but,
celebration for. This is in celebration for Avatar, Last Airbender coming out on Netflix on February 22nd.
We're almost in the giving month. February starts tomorrow. So excitement, all right? And I had to do some research while I was doing this list, okay? I actually had to go back and rewatch some of the episodes from book 2 to be like, where do you fall in my list? Because I cannot. So let's go ahead. I think I started last time. So Brian, why don't you start us with number 20?
Okay, I think this one's gonna be very easy. I'd be very surprised if this episode is way up high in everybody's list here. But 20, the best of the worst of the episodes, Avatar Day.
Yep. Avatar
That's
Day.
what I put. Number 20 is Avatar Day.
Avatar Day.
Did you guys number
Fun
your list?
episode.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. Number 20, I have Avatar. It's a fun episode. Nothing really
It's
wrong
cute.
with it.
But it doesn't drive a plot. Like it doesn't
But
drive.
the rough rhinos are kind of annoying too, though. So
They don't do
rough
anything.
rhinos.
It doesn't drive. You can easily take that episode out, and it means nothing.
Yeah,
You
you
get
don't
to see
even need it for the.
Kyoshi.
You don't even need it for the
Which is pretty
Kyoshi aspect because in season 3, when she's talking to Aang,
She
tells the
mentions
same
back.
story.
Yeah, she
so
talks
you
back
don't
where
even
she
need it.
kills Chang the Conqueror. So, whatever. It's
You do have
filler.
what's that actor's name that does all this stuff that we love and we cherish? And I should remember his name.
Mr. Hong
The guy that
from the
Mis-
Noodles restaurant.
Yeah, thank you. He's
Oh
in
yes, that guy.
here, and I can't believe I forgot his name. He's a
I know. I
treasure.
even said it like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, I know. I suck eggs.
Hey, listen.
Thank
Can you come over here for a minute? What are you doing? What do you mean? You know?
I
Y-
thought.
no.
I
What do you
thought
mean?
that-
You thought? You thought? Oh, look at this guy. He thought.
Oh.
Oh.
That's not what-
The howling starts again. All right, number 19. Number 19, Katie, what'd you put?
Not a bad episode. It's actually quite fun. And it's our introduction it's our first official introduction to Azula. It's the Avatar state.
Yep, the Avatar state.
I
Again,
have
not a bad
for
episode,
episode 18. I have Avatar State. I have a different one for 19.
What'd you put for 19?
I'm sorry, all my animal rights activist friends. I put Appa's
Don't.
Lost Days.
Oh my
You
gosh!
are insane.
I cannot.
You are insane.
Not a fan. Not a fan of Appa's Last Days.
Brian has the swamp higher
Wes-
than Appa's Lost Days.
Brian kills puppies. That's what I'm hearing. Brian is a puppy killer.
Brian sees a snail on the road and he stomps on it.
Look,
No,
Look,
worse. He
is it-
salts it so it suffers.
look, a lot of the episode is from Appa's point of view, and while I love Appa, it's kind of boring. It does have Suki, who I love, but
Katie's
Appa's
still
Lost
laughing about the
Days-
snail.
Appa's Lost Days is just kind of boring because there's not a lot of talking in the episode either, and so
Because Appa can't
Sorry.
talk.
that's how I feel.
Wow.
Yeah, he can. He did in that one episode.
No, and I actually I rewatched the Avatar State to get that was one I was like, is it higher on my list? Is it lower? I can't decide. And I do love that episode, but the ways Zuko talks to Iroh in that one just like, ugh, it really irks me. And then he goes, but Uncle, you've changed your mind. And it's like, what? What? Weren't you just like, you're smelly, stinky uncle and I hate you? And then he's happy that he's there. Like, Zuko, come on.
You brought your smell with you. Thank you.
Yeah, so that one's got to be number 19. Now, Brian, you just said you had that one as number 18, the Avatar State as 18.
I had Avatar State at 18.
Okay.
Yes.
This one might be controversial for me, but I have The Cave of Two Lovers.
I did the same. I wrote
Really?
the same. Yes.
Oh,
I
I'm
did.
so glad.
Guys,
Yes.
Cave of Two Lovers is in my top 10. I have that
Are
way
you
up high.
crazy? No.
It's a great episode, but once again,
Not top
removed
10.
out. It can be removed out.
Great music, great fun, scary in some spots, romance galore. That's when it's actually like there might be something brewing between Katara and Aang. You know, you have to learn about Omashu.
Yeah.
Okay, and about earthbending, how earthbending truly started. Okay.
My
No,
favorite
no.
part In that whole
recanon
episode.
stuff.
My favorite part in that whole episode where I think his name was Chong or something like that. And this is my wife Lily. But he starts saying Badger Mole.
Big bad badger mole.
Yeah,
down through the tunnel.
That is my favorite part. And then they all start dancing.
Yes.
That's the best part in that episode.
Yeah, that's why it's so high in mine. I'm not gonna tell you what number.
No,
it is,
no,
but I
no,
can't
no, no.
believe you
No.
guys
The reason
have
why
that
it's so low on my list is because you have to compare it to the other episodes.
There's just better.
And
They're
you know what?
better.
No, because it's different though. It's a little bit different. It's a palate cleanser because at the end of the season, a lot of the episodes get so heavy and so dark that this one is like it's a little bit of the light before, it's a little sunshine and it's nice.
You could have said it.
It's
You did. You
pleasant.
wasted it. Light at the end of the tunnel. Brian, I am disappointed. How could you?
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
All right, moving on to number 17. 17. Brian, what'd you put?
So again, I had 18 Avatar State, 17. I put the Guru.
What is wrong?
I
with
don't
you?
know why he did that. That's in my top 10.
Are you trying to get back at me for Angry Beavers?
I'm not.
That was like 100 episodes ago.
I told you this was gonna be tough.
Woo!
And some episodes are gonna be like
The
they're gonna
Guru
have to
is in
go
my
way
top
down the
10,
list.
dude.
Yeah, it's in my top 10.
I put Game of Two Lovers top 10. Guru not top 10.
Brian,
Guru's
we
not
were
top
so
10.
in sync last one. How would Katie and I
You
can't
tell me
stand
what
her.
makes Guru. You tell me what makes Guru. You tell me what makes Guru top 10 then.
We'll get to it.
Just wait till
we'll
we
get
get
to
there.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
All right,
What did
number
you put for
17, I
17?
put the Earth King.
I put that way.
I put that.
Dang.
Where did I put that?
It wasn't memorable. I mean,
Are you out of your mind? That has some of
Where
the
the heck did
best
I put
action
that
of the
one?
entire series. Of the entire
it does.
series.
There is that when they're trying to get to the palace. That is sick. That is awesome.
Yes.
However, the rest of it's kind of meh.
And Long Feng getting what he gets. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Getting told off. But-
Sister Katie, what'd you have for 17?
This one may be controversial, but not as bad as Brian's.
Gosh.
Number 17, I put the swamp.
I
Mine's
can
close
see that.
to that.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I don't have any problems
It's
with
fine.
that.
It's fine.
Yeah,
I had
and
a
it's
little bit higher,
again,
but
it's not
by
it's
too
not a
much.
bad episode. In fact, it is a fantastic episode. It's creepy. It's actiony. It gives lore of a lot of the spiritual energy that goes on in the show that plays out in the future. Is there a dog crying?
No.
Is that my dog? I hear it. Anyway, it's a really good episode. Again, you just have to, sack it up with the other ones. So
Yeah.
that was 17 for me.
All right, 16. I'll start us off with the more controversial. This is so painful, guys, okay? I don't think anybody understands. This hurts.
I warned you guys when I was setting this up that this one was very difficult and this changed a lot. But I'm very content with where I have my list here. I'm
16.
positive it's good.
Lake Lao Guy.
I have Lake Lao
No,
at
that's
15.
that's fine. That's
Oh,
fine.
okay. You've got it as 15. Nice. All right, so then what's your 16?
My 16 is City of Walls and Secrets.
You know, I was gonna put mine a little bit lower, but I decided to put it higher.
That's like one of my favorite
Katie.
episodes.
What do you have for 16 then?
For number 16, I feel I'm gonna repeat. This just encompasses all the episodes, every episode. It's not a bad episode, but my 16 is Return to Almashu.
Oh, that's my
I have that a little
15.
bit higher.
Yeah, Return to Almashu is number 16.
Hi,
Okay, so I
everybody.
think right around here,
We're-
we're pretty close.
Yeah.
We're introduced to May and Tylee, both threatening ladies. They both have their own fighting styles, very unique, very fearsome, but lovely. And then you see King Boomy again. Lots of good action.
Yeah. Seeing what
Um,
more terror the Fire Nation has brought across the world, like how it's spreading, you know?
Yes.
And I think that's a really interesting thing.
However, the baby, what was his name? Ding Ding.
Tom Tom.
That's it.
Tom. I was thinking 10.
Tom Tom.
He was so freaking annoying. I can't stand that fake baby cooing. Yeah, I'm like, shut the heck up. Someone shut that baby up.
Oh my gosh. So was Momo. Momo was also like.
Yeah, he too is saying, shut this kid up.
Oh
Where
my
are your
gosh.
parents?
But I'm a fan of Pentapox, and that's why Return to Omashu is number 15 for me. So what's your 15?
Mine?
Both of you.
Yes, go ahead.
Mine was Bitter Work.
That one's up higher for me.
Katie. Oh, no.
I know.
Katie, I have Bitter Work in top 5.
Wow.
Oh
That's
my
how,
gosh.
Brian, for me, that's where City of Walls and Secrets is, top 5.
Oh my gosh.
I
Bitter
love
Work
that
was
episode.
one of the first episodes I ever saw, and it's incredible.
Bitter Work?
It's so good.
I do
can't
love
believe you had Bitter Work that low.
I
bro.
do love that episode solely for the parallels of Zuko getting better with lightning and Aang also working hard with
Wait a
earthbending.
minute. No, but here's the controversy, though. Katie is supposed to be the biggest Toph fan of all time, and this is a huge Toph-centric episode. You have it that low on
I do, because I've got better episodes of her higher.
Okay.
I feel like this is a pretty good one for her.
It's an excellent episode. It's an excellent Toph episode.
All right, Twinkle Toes.
And
You
it's
know, I mean,
an excellent Sokka episode as well.
Yeah, it is.
But no.
I don't know what to say. Let's move on.
What did you put for 15, Brian?
15, I had Lake Lao guy. I
That's
had
right.
Lake Lao
That's
guy
right.
there.
All right. 14. What's your 14 then?
14, that's where I put the swamp.
Me
right.
too! Yay, Brian! That's where I got the Swampy Boys.
That's not bad. I put The Chase.
Oh, that one's top 10 for me. Sorry, dude.
I have that. I have the chase at 13.
Okay.
So very
For
close
The
there, too.
Chase, a really great episode between Katara and Toph. It's also really exciting for Azula. And then everybody comes together at the end to face with Azula as she gets away. Really fun episode, but I also saw it a lot. It was a lot on
They
Nickelodeon.
showed it a lot. They did.
Because it is a fantastic episode,
Yeah.
and it's very entertaining, but just a little too much.
No, I
All right,
still like it.
I think so far maybe our top 10 might not be that. We have a few coming up, but I
Yeah.
think right now let's.
All right,
getting pretty
13. My 13 is The Serpent's Pass.
I put that too.
I had that a little higher. At 13, I had the chase.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
bad.
Not bad. Not bad. I think we're
Serpent's
getting
Pass,
close.
we see Suki again. We hadn't
Yeah.
seen her in a while.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
I like that one. Like I said, I like all of these episodes. It's just, it's not top 10 tier, you know?
Sokka sees his first placenta, so there's that. That's in the uncut version.
Sokka, where's that water? You want to see the baby, or are you going to faint again? No. I'm good. All right. 12. This is where I have Bitter Work.
Wow, you guys are so low on Bitter Work. I can't
Yeah.
believe it.
It's not my favorite.
Oh my!
We're very
God.
stagnant in
It's
that
very
one.
good. It's very good, but no, it's a
such
little bit
great
lower.
teaching, bending episode, comedy, everything about Avatar. Just blowing rocks away, shooting lightning into the sky. Dang, man. That whole episode literally teaches like so in season 3, even so much stuff goes from there. It's kind of a staging point for other future episodes. I can't believe it.
It's 12. I put it at 12. So, I don't know.
At
What's your guys'
12,
12?
that's where I have Return to Omashu.
Okay.
Why do you have it up so high?
Yeah.
Again, like you said, the action scenes are great. Ty Lee and May. There's the fight scene where they're on the scaffolding.
The Resistance.
And that's kind of what I remember the creators,
Matt and Brian.
What is it, Michael?
Or no, sorry,
Michael and
Matt
Brian.
Yeah, that was one of the earliest concepts they created, was having a fight on the scaffolding like that. So I think it was a really well constructed. It's a fantastic episode.
Please tell me you're here to kill me. It's great to
Sorry.
see you, May. All right, number 11. 11. I have a
Oh,
feeling.
wait, I didn't say number 12. I didn't say Michael.
Well, wake up, Katie. Come on.
I was letting him talk. I'm always interrupting him. All right, so number 12, I have City of Walls and Secrets.
Gosh, guys. Come on.
No.
That episode
I
is
had that a lot
so
lower.
good.
I know it is, but compared to the other ones on here, I
Oh
had to put it lower.
gosh.
I'm telling
I had to
you,
put it lower.
season 2, all the episodes are great.
They're fantastic.
awesome.
And the first time I saw City of Walls and Secrets, I felt eerie. I was like, this isn't an Avatar episode.
That's why I love it.
Yeah.
Specifically for not only Judy. No, not Judy. Yeah, Judy.
Yeah,
And
and
then
Judy.
the very end of that episode with Long Fang talking about his role, and then, you know, seeing Jet be hypnotized or whatever, I guess. Brainwashed. It was so good. So good. And I loved it as a child. Okay, I was in elementary school when these episodes were coming out, and I watched them at that time.
The whole structure of season 2 is, I mean, you could teach it in a class of how to write a television season. Because it really starts at one spot, and there's all these different things that happen that tell a whole complete story. Season 2 is just one complete story. There's beginning, a middle, and end, and each one is so distinct that when you get the Ba Sing Se, it's almost like it's whole different season in
And
itself.
the best thing is that you're getting multiple stories told at one time. Like,
Yeah.
you're getting
Oh, yeah.
all these different either flashbacks, or you're cutting from Zuko to Aang to whatever to Azula, and it all comes together in the end. It all meshes together like an enormous clock. It's so good. But so that was your 12, right, Katie?
Yes.
City of Walls and Secrets. Okay. All right. What, Brian, is your 11?
For 11, I had The Drill.
That one's up way higher for me. I have.
Mine, number 10 is The Drill for me.
Oh no!
It made it to my top. It made it to my top 10.
What was your 11 thing?
Yeah,
Katie?
no, we're on 11.
I know. I'm just saying that was my next one. So
Oh.
11 is Lake Lao Guy.
Man, that one's up high for
okay.
you.
Why do you have Lake Lao Guy that high?
At high.
Yeah.
Like, I
That's
had
quite
Lake
low.
Lao Guy a lot. I had it at 15.
I have it at
Leon,
16.
Lake, yeah.
It is it's another turning point. Jet dies, we assume. They are reunited with Appa.
It makes me cry
spoiler.
every freaking time.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And I'm a grown up.
The Dai Li's power starts to disintegrate. Like, that's the beginning of it. Because now people know, important people know that the Dai Li is corrupted.
Yeah.
The very next episode after that, it's action to the end, to the very end of the season. So you have, it's a catalyst for a lot of things. So, Lake Lao Guy.
I can respect that. Again, very tough. Very good episode.
I have the desert.
Mine is a little bit higher.
That's my number 11, the desert.
I had the desert a little bit higher, too. What number is this right now? 11?
We're on 11. I never really
Yeah.
quite liked that episode as a kid, and I still have the same, I guess, feelings towards it to this day. where it always made me feel very claustrophobic. Even though they were in that desert, it was like all hope was lost, and it just felt like so closed.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't like.
That's one reason why I loved it.
I don't like
how are they
claustrophobic.
gonna
I like
survive this?
claustrophobia, and so it always freaked me out when that episode came on. I was like, why is everything shrinking? So I don't know. I never liked that
Mom,
one.
stop
I'll talk
shrinking
more about that episode in a second.
That's so good. Good use of that one. All right, we're in the top 10, guys. Top 10. Now, we have a lot of similar ones, but we've got some we've got some differing ones, okay? Top 10, I've got the episode before the desert, The Library.
Mine is slightly
I have
higher.
it higher.
I like The Library a lot.
For number 10, I have The Serpent's Pass.
Wow, that one, okay. Made it a lot higher for you.
I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
Number 10, I have The Drill.
Gosh,
Okay.
man. Y'all are a bunch of
But you
haters.
know, the more I think about The Drill, what was the Fire Nation thinking? Have you ever thought about like their actual military idea?
Yeah, how'd they get that thing across the country?
One, how did they get there? Two, what were they planning to do once they drilled through it successfully? Three, how are they going to back up there? And were they going to invade after drawing a hill? Because all the earthbenders needed to do was earthbend and plug up the hole. That's all they needed to do. They didn't have any
But
backup.
they just still didn't do that, though, which I thought was weird.
That's what I'm saying.
Later
like
on, they go back there.
and
But
it's
later
still
on,
wide
they go
open.
back there, and yeah, it's still wide open.
Well, they
So-
didn't even
but,
have
the
like
drill
an
was
army
still
with
in
them.
the hole.
They didn't even have an army
Yeah.
with them in the drill. Like no, it was just
Nothing.
Like the
Like
mechanics.
what was their purpose? What was their purpose?
I don't know.
But still, really good episode. Sokka shines in this one.
Yeah. So
Sokka and Toph.
I've got the library. Katie's got the drill. What'd you say you had, Brian? The Serpent's Pass.
At number 10, The Serpent's Pass.
Okay. All right.
All right. So far, though, I'm thinking at least the top two. I think we all have to be
No,
pretty
we don't.
similar
Our-
on the top
Nope.
two.
Our
at
top.
least.
We have number one.
Probably.
Number two is very different with you and me, Brian.
Very different for me as well because you guys put this one
Extremely
so
different.
low on your list and it hurts me.
We haven't said it yet, so let's keep going.
All right, number 9. You failed this episode, Brian. The Guru, number 9.
Yeah, you're insane.
Yeah, that's
No,
such
I
a good
put the
episode.
Earth King.
I have
at
the Earth
number
King as
9.
number 9 too.
Look, the Guru is all about the chakras and opening up chakras and banana and onion juice.
No, it's not. That's just
And-
one aspect of it.
You
I
also
know,
have the
I'm
whole
just-
plan coming
I'm being
together. You're seeing the coup.
facetious.
You're
Don't
seeing
be
the coup.
facetious.
Facetious.
But that, from what we knew at the time, we thought Aang is gonna go ballistic when he opens and finally gets into the Avatar state, and he's most powerful now that he knows truly how to get there, because that's what they've been building up to since the Avatar state. And so, like the actual episode of book 1, or of book 2. Gosh, episode 1 of book 2. And now we're here, and so we're gonna see it happen. He's gonna go crazy, and then it doesn't. And it's like, oh no, what's happening? It's falling apart. And then we see it fall apart, and it's awesome. So that's why I like the Guru.
You have Katara, who was captured.
Yep.
Toph has been captured and eventually gets released.
And it's
Um,
like so going wrong apart from what even Aang knows. Like Aang is just trying to do this thing. Sokka's making plans with his dad, and it's just not going well. And now the coup is happening. They're like making the Dai Li hear May and Ty Lee's plans, or getting Azula's plans out to them. And so it's like, uh-oh, things are about to get down. Like the stage is being set.
The party is separated. Zuko is at war with himself. Iroh has to ask help from his enemies, essentially. There is a lot. There's a lot.
Yeah, so that's my number 9. All right, so it looks like we're on 8 now.
Can I start?
Sure.
Okay. Number 8, I put the library.
Okay.
I hold it in
I have
very much high
library
regard.
at number 7.
I had the library at 10. On number 8, I have the chase.
Why do you have it up so
At
high?
number. Oh, sorry.
Why I have it up so high is we see Iroh get severely injured, and we see that Azula is relentless. She will stop at nothing to get the Avatar. She's not even sleep deprived. She was completely fine, and they've been going all night. Mei, Ty Lee, and Azula, but the gang is exhausted, and we're also seeing the tension happen between having another girl in the group who's not picking up her slack, and I don't know. I love that episode. I think it's a good one.
It is very good.
Yeah, and just
Now,
seeing the bond that Toph and Iroh had that was very short, and them all Team Avatar coming to help. Fight against this one foe that they all have common ground. Yeah, leave! And I don't know. I like seeing them come together because it also just gives me now knowing what we know. Oh, they're going to and in book 3 they're gonna oh. Zuko should have known better. Come on, he's
He
still
was a
fighting
dumbass.
it. He was still fighting it. So,
A lot of times he's a dummy head.
yeah. All right, that was number 8 for me.
Wait,
Brian, what was your 8?
Brian.
For 8, I had the Cave of Two Lovers up nice and high.
Oh my
where it belongs.
gosh.
You explained your
top 10.
reasoning.
Yeah. No.
It's a fresh episode.
Enough out of you.
It's 10 episodes lower for me. It's literally 18. Drop it down.
We
Okay.
all have our thing.
We're almost at top 5. This is number 7. I've got the beloved Appa's Lost Days.
I still
Ugh.
have that higher.
Really? Higher?
Wow.
Dang.
Yeah.
That is
For
quite.
number 7, I had the library, which I think is very apropos for that episode. At number 7.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair. That's fair.
Number 7, I have the desert.
Okay.
There is a lot of emotion in one setting.
Yeah.
I have the desert
The
at
stakes
number
are
6.
very high. The stakes are very high for things they can't even control.
yeah.
So
Momo,
it is,
no! You've killed us all!
no, he did not. Oh, right.
Bending.
Waterbending. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. So the
I still weep. I still weep like a baby watching Appa's Lost Days, okay?
Yes.
Because I had my
But-
very own Appa, which was my chocolate lab dog, who's passed on now. And watching that episode while she was still alive, when she was old, being like, she's gonna leave me one day. Like,
Oh,
I
man,
have
don't
this
be like that,
bond
man.
with my pet.
Look,
and so I get Aang's
for-
feelings.
For number 6, I had the desert because I feel that episode has more emotion than Appa's Lost Days. At the end, when Aang discovers how Appa was taken from him,
You muzzled
he was
Appa?
muzzled,
Avatar state.
and you see a point like this isn't sadness or fear of losing Katara. This is Aang pure fury, rage, which we've never seen him do before in the entire season.
Yeah, I don't
or
think he's
the
ever
whole
been
show.
so angry.
The whole show, he's never been as
Angry.
furious and as angry as he's been. And as everybody's like, Sokka's like, everybody beat it. He's gonna blow big time.
Yeah.
And only Katara can go up to him. And there's that close-up shot of her because these two connect on such a deep level that it's almost anything beyond Appa's Last Days. That how much Sokka truly is connected to Appa. You know.
Well, okay, so here's
soulmates,
how
but
I
he's
look at
also
it.
connected to Katara, his other soulmate for life.
Here's how I look at it, though. We know how much Aang loves Appa, but now we get to see how much Appa loves Aang, and he can't talk. He's never been able to express that, and now he's trying his darndest to get back to his family, and it just rips your heart out that he's been through so much in this short period of time, all this pain trying to get back to Aang, and that is probably what rips my heart out the most. But I see what you're also saying. It's a great episode. When his fury turns into like grief at the very end when he's hugging Katara, that's it crushes my soul when you see that little tear come down.
Yeah.
It's not a little tear. He's streaming.
Yeah. Ghibli tears. All right. Almost there. Last one before the 5. This is number 6. I've got the Blind Bandit.
That one's my number 5.
Aw.
I had the Blind Bandit higher again. Katie, disrespect to Toph, bro. Oh my gosh.
No.
Number 6, the Blind Bandit. I love
For
that
number-
episode.
For number 6, that's where I had the desert. Yeah.
Number 6, I have Tales of Ba Sing Se.
Ooh.
Okay.
I have that one higher.
Yeah, I do too.
It would be higher, except really there are the whole episode is fantastic. The mini stories that stick out are obviously Iroh
Mm-hmm.
and Momo. Iroh and Momo to me. The other stories are great, but just those two are the ones that
Yes.
make it.
I think Aang's is the most forgettable out of
Yeah.
all of them. Like
Yeah.
searching for, but then like getting caught up with the zoo animals and whatever.
I think what it's trying to do is draw a parallel to Appa since he doesn't have that animal
Yeah.
with him. But it would be higher. I love what they do with Toph and Katara.
Yes.
It's very endearing. It's very sweet, and you see a little bit more of Toph's inner demons. And you see the motherly side of Katara again. But it's just that heart-wrenching leaves from the
We'll talk about Katara's motherliness in the next episode when we do book 3.
I was born from a mother.
Oh my gosh, stop. Don't touch your necklace to Katara. All right. Which one are we on?
Number 5 now.
All right. I did The Drill at number 5.
I can't believe it's up so
Wow.
high. Why is it
Dang,
so
you had
high?
that really high.
I
Holy
loved
cow.
that episode. Oh, it's so good.
Dang.
All like the
General Song, tell your warriors to stop.
Whatever you
Soldiers,
do,
don't
don't
stop.
stop throwing rocks down there.
yeah. I love the battle between Azula and Aang on top of the drill. I love Katara and Aang using their noggins to be like, hey, let's do the pressure points. And good job, little sister. Keep it up. And then I don't know. I think it's a fun episode. I think it's just fun. I think that's probably the only reason why I really like it. The plot isn't really going anywhere. Yes, they make the Fire Nation finally gets through to Ba Sing Se, but I think it's just fun. It is an action episode. And that's why.
And it's fun.
It's fun.
Bend the slurry, woman. Okay, so number 5 for me, The Blind Bandit. Here's why it's not higher.
Yeah, why is he not higher, dude?
So, it is a great introduction to Toph, the greatest earthbender of all time, the mother of metal bending. She doesn't metal bend in this episode, though. So she's got greater things coming. So this can't be the best episode with her, because it's not. Because she's so much. It's one thing to be a great earthbender, but she invented as a child a new form of bending that no one had ever thought of.
Well, she didn't. She was special in that she couldn't rely on sight at all. She had to feel. She had to.
Right.
Because that was the only ability she had. And so I think that's dope. And that's why other people didn't even think about it. They're like, well, I've got Earth, so bada bing, bada boom.
Disappointed.
Yep.
Should've been with
But
fire.
no, you
Brian's
now
all
you do
salty.
have. I know it's in my top 5. Give me a break. But you have the boulder, the hippo, Fire Nation.
I would say the
Man.
beginning of that episode is boring.
Sokka
are
gets
you
a brand new
talking
bag.
About? Oh my
Sokka gets a brand new bag.
gosh.
Um,
Are you kidding me?
It is boring, Brian.
I don't know about boring.
It is. What is so boring about the episode?
Not okay.
It's
Yeah, boring's maybe the
brilliant.
wrong word. It's not. Nothing's happening. They're just walking, going shopping.
Oh my gosh, man! I don't even.
Gosh.
But
All right.
no, it is awesome. Please do not discount that it is it's an awesome episode, because it is. It absolutely is.
I'm
It's
gonna
just
make it
not.
clear,
It is
I'll
not
be-
Toph's defining moment.
I think Boomy made earthbending
I
look really
am-
powerful. I think Toph made earthbending look cool.
It is official. I'm the Toph fan now in the podcast because I am not gonna disrespect my girl Toph like the way you guys have
my-
done today. Okay, I'm gonna make it very.
I
She
clear.
never
did
claimed
not
to be a huge
invent
Toph
the
fan.
Earthbending Academy. She invented the Metal Bending Academy.
All right, number 5 for me was Tales of Ba Sing Se. Rest in peace, Mako. Put it at that. Okay, that's what
Yeah.
that goes to.
That is my number
All right.
4.
Nice. Number 4, Bitter Work. Why? Toph. More Toph. More Toph, please. Toph, please. And we get so much of it, and I'm like, yes, I want more. I'm so glad this character came into the show and ran away with it because she is awesome. She is a little girl who can kick A
Yeah,
all day
but where?
long.
But
alright?
excuse me, Mr. Toph fan. Where's your chase episode?
I had to chase.
It's number 2.
Chase. I had to
Gosh.
chase at 13.
Yeah, that's a Toph-centered episode, Mr. I'm a fan
Not
of Toph and
really.
you guys suck.
That
Yes, it is. Are you
That's
kidding
a
me?
team-
That's between Toph and Katara.
that's a team Avatar episode. That's like a
It-
whole cast episode.
No,
No.
it is completely centered around Toph and
Sokka
Katara
barely has
fighting.
any part in that one, and Aang. I mean, they're there, but
Look, I'm not the one disrespecting Toph. My number 4
Who the heck is
Bitter
disrespecting
Work.
Toph?
Okay,
Brian
number
is.
3, Blind Bandit. Blind Bandit, because that is one of the best episodes of the entire show.
oh, we're so annoying.
But let's not jump ahead. All right, Bitter Work is one of the best Toph episodes. She's like, look, I'm not just gonna be some side character. I am a main cast member of this show. You all better recognize, okay? I'm gonna be. They're gonna make T-shirts out of me. I'm gonna be a hero to to girls everywhere,
To little
boys
people?
everywhere. Little people, yeah. Barefoot people, okay.
Hobbits.
Toph is the reason that one of the reasons this show became as popular as it did. All right, and it's because of episodes like Bitter Work.
I don't
Alright.
think that episode's that
and,
good, dude.
And I'm gonna get to Blind Bandit in a second. I'm gonna get to Blind Bandit and say why it should be in your top
Ah,
3.
geez.
Why it
Listen,
should be in your top
the
3.
okay, Bitter Work. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I think you held that one
Okay,
maybe too
Ileana.
high. But I will say,
Ileana.
you guys will probably laugh at me for my number 2. You're gonna be like, oh, no, what the heck? You know what? All right. We're at the top 3
Wait,
episodes.
I didn't say
No,
my number 4.
I
Katie,
didn't
hurry
say your top
up.
4.
I'm sorry, Brian is screeching at us saying, you
No, I'm not.
You
Ileana's not
too."
hosting properly, making sure everybody gets their chance
What?
to speak.
Exactly. I'm trying not to interrupt.
Brian just called me Sugar Queen.
Sugar Queen?
Yeah. Okay, what's your
I
number
don't
4,
get- I don't
Katie?
get
Number
involved.
4 is
Sorry,
the
I had
guru.
to introduce it.
Number 4 is the
You
Guru.
have the Guru at number 4? Oh my.
Yes. I've already mentioned why. There is a lot more that happens in this episode than Aang opening his chakra.
Can I have some onion and banana juice, please?
There-
That's all Brian remembers from that episode. It's
Yeah.
just onion and banana juice.
Yeah. Yum, yum.
Chakras.
There is so much going behind. Everything is happening in this episode. This is the episode before the finale. You cannot tell me that this is not a good episode. This is the episode that Toph bloody metal bends. This is her defining moment. She is locked in a box. She's on her way back home to her parents who don't appreciate her at all.
Oh my
These
gosh.
two people are. How are you? Oh my gosh! When I'm literally singing her praises, my lord. So
No, because
she.
you're saying that's her defining moment.
Yes, that is her defining moment.
Not even. No, not.
You'd say
In
bitter
season
work
2,
is her
in-
defining moment.
No, yeah. Are you
I
saying
haven't
bitter
even
work when
got
she's
there
teaching
yet.
Aang? When she's teaching Aang how to earthbend?
No,
Anybody can
because
teach him
Blind
how to
Bandit, which is
earthbend, but
number
she's just
3.
special. What? What'd you say?
My third episode, the best, is Blind Bandit. That is when Toph.
That is not her defining moment. Are you telling me
is
the
her
very
defining
no.
moment.
Are you suggesting, sir, are you suggesting that the defining moment of her entire in the show is when she first appears? Are you
Katie.
insane?
Brian said,
Katie, my
yes.
sweet, sweet sister. Let me explain to you.
You summer
Toph's
child.
defining moment. The whole story of Toph is her relationship with her parents. Literally,
What?
it will define her. It will define her entire life. In the other shows, they even discuss how Toph's relationship with her parents will affect even her children. Her
Well, guess
spawn,
what?
Because
In
of the
the
strained
Guru-
relationship she had with her kids.
In the Guru, she's on her way back there. You think she wants to go back? She's literally clawing at the walls to not do that.
But before she can do that, to her parents, they see Toph as this helpless little girl. She continues that illusion to them. Oh gosh, I'm in the garden and I was scared, I didn't see anything. But it's not until she realizes that she could have a little taste of freedom and do whatever she wants. She's like, I am the blind bandit. I'm gonna fight all these guys at one time. And she goes out there and they literally say she is the greatest earthbender of all time. She beats everybody.
wait,
What is more important? Their opinion of her
Wait.
or her own opinion of herself when she says, I am the greatest earthbender of all time. Don't you dunder hints for
Wait. Okay. Question, real quick. Did this ever confuse you guys a little bit about when she said, my parents changed their mind?
Yeah.
And she and then her dad is talking to them saying I need you to bring back our daughter. Did that ever confuse you guys just a little bit?
Yeah, I think she was lying to the gang.
Right. I
Just
think
so
she
that they
ran
wouldn't-
away.
Yes.
But the dad was not concerned. He was just bring back my daughter. He knew she ran away. I don't know. That one always confused me.
No,
just a little bit.
I think maybe he the Avatar influenced her to go, leave.
No, the dad said that the Avatar has kidnapped my daughter.
Yeah.
It wasn't
he
that she ran
influenced her
away.
to
He
leave.
thought that the Avatar kidnapped her.
Yeah, but he didn't seem to have an urgency. He was just bring back my daughter. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
She just left and I don't know.
But I do have to point out, Brian, you are screaming at me when I have the Blind Bandit as number 5 and the Guru as number 4. Though they're neck in neck with each other. With being
neck.
yes, neck in neck with being Toph episodes. Don't come at me, bro. Okay.
Whoa.
Look, I'm just saying, you're supposed
Look
to be
at
a
my
Toph
fingers.
fan. I'm the Toph fan now. I'm the captain now. I have the Blind Bandit at number 3.
You're the captain of
Okay.
a sinking ship. Okay.
Don't call Toph a sinking ship.
I'm calling you a sinking ship.
She's sinking in
She's the
some sand.
chief of Republic City.
All other ground is sinking
No,
sand.
she was the chief of Republic City. Now she lives in the swamp again.
Okay. Who
Yeah, with
had
her
number
hands behind
3?
her.
Who else?
Her
what did you
arms.
guys have for number 3?
Number 3, who had it? Ileana.
I had Blind Bandit at 3. What else? Ileana, what did you have for 3?
Zuko alone.
Oh, we
my
do not match then. You
Yeah.
did it, Ileana. You broke us again.
This one I had to work around so much. I flip-flopped so many times between my number 2, which y'all are gonna hate me for,
Oh my
and
gosh.
Zuko alone. Now,
the
Wait,
This-
Katie,
this
what,
is-
what did you have for 3?
Let Ileana finish. Let her explain.
this is why.
Go ahead and say it, just so we get full context.
No. No.
Allow me. This
Allow
is
her.
this is why Zuko alone is not number 2. We get a lot of focus
Why would
on
it be number 2?
what?
Why would it even be number 2?
Where do you have Zuko alone? Number 1?
Thou shalt find out.
Girl.
Brian knows. Brian knows because we're totally connected.
No, you're not connected at all. Weren't you guys just screaming?
We are totally connected.
You were just
okay?
screaming
Hey,
at each other.
When it matters, we get it right together as brother and sister. Thank you.
Toph didn't matter? Okay, y'all don't make sense now. You make no freaking sense. Anyways, this is why Zuko alone is number 3 and not number 2. All right? We have a lot of time centered on Zuko in this little town now with this little boy in this family and fighting off one of the Earth Bender army guys, okay? And I don't really care for that story. It's good, but it's not my favorite. I rather have gotten like full flashback on Zuko and his childhood. But we got a whole lot of that current story where I think I might have just liked to see him struggle being alone, like truly alone, not in a town struggling with this family and these mean old earthbenders. I think I would have liked to see him out in the wilderness by himself, really, really struggling with himself even more and getting these flashbacks or dreaming or something, because those scenes are great. I love the flashback scenes and I wanted maybe even more of it. It gave so much background to who Zuko was, what happened to him, and like we knew what happened to him, the Agni Kai and everything, but what led to that point. And so that's why I like that episode, but I just don't like too much of the present time in that episode.
No, I kind of like your idea. However, he had a flashback where he was sort of wrestling with himself in the storm. Way back in the storm.
Yeah.
So what made it more special is how is he reacting now? How is he how do I phrase this? He's in a situation. Given his circumstances, what is he going to do?
Well, and that's
He
how
doesn't
it
have
was
his
in the
mom-
storm as well.
His mom to protect him. He has no mom to protect him.
Right.
Iroh isn't there to protect him.
But that's how
In-
it was
in
in
the
the storm.
present-
He had his Fire Nation Navy ship that was at risk of being destroyed. He had the helmsman who was falling down. He had the other guys who were talking bad about him and learning about his story for the first time in the storm. So he was already in a position of this is the present and this was my past story, and we're seeing both of those at the same time as well as Aang's. But in this one, I think I would have rather seen him truly alone dealing with looking at the stars and Azula always lies. Azula always lies. Like he is fighting to get to where he needs to be by himself. So, I don't know.
No, he's also
No, you can't tell me no.
Oh my god. He's also fighting Azula more right now. He's fighting Azula, so he has to remind himself that Azula lies. Azula is going to Azula has already played his emotions in the very first episode of this season. He has to remind himself that Azula always lies. And he is getting a taste of what it's like for the Earth Nation or the Earth Kingdom under the Fire Nation, but it isn't even the Fire Nation. The Fire Nation actually isn't the threat in this. It's actually the Earth Kingdom to the Earth Kingdom. But living with this family, he sees the atrocities that have befallen the Fire Nation, like this, what they're doing to each other. With the Earth Kingdom soldiers that are there, would they be so terrible if there wasn't a war?
Yeah.
With the brother had died possibly.
The part that I like about that is that they do turn on him once they find out who he is.
Yeah,
I'm glad they
I
didn't.
hate you.
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't accept him. I'm glad he got to see how truly hated, and that's where he uses the phrase in the
They
book
hate
3.
us.
Yeah, they hate us because he got a taste of it. He had this family take him in and then just spat him out. They said no.
That's why he's alone. That's why he's a stranger in a strange world where, you know, he's not even accepted as he is. But then he also has to realize who he is, though, too. He is, you know, when he's fighting with the Earth Kingdom soldier, he has the dual swords, and while he's handy with them, it's not
losing.
until he reveals his fire that he can fire Ben that, you know, then he reveals that he is alone, but that is who his true self is. He is a firebender.
Yeah,
you
he
know.
is the crown prince of the Fire Nation.
Yeah, and so he understands that has always been a part of his destiny, no matter what he does to try to evade that now in his current situation, that he can never escape it. It's a big part of his whole destiny journey.
Well, maybe we'll talk about this when we get to your top one, okay? So that was my 3. Did we talk about your guys' number 3?
No, we're still just yammering about yours.
All right.
My number 3 is The Crossroads of Destiny.
Okay.
Girl. Oh.
Mm-mm. We don't, girl.
Oh my gosh. Why?
Crossroads of Destiny is my number 3.
Why?
I mean, that's not a bad number. Comparing, you guys are probably going to hate my number 2. You're probably going to disagree with me, but I don't care.
Katie has the swamp at number 2.
No, the swamp was in 17. Okay. Crossroads of Destiny. It is the finale of season 2. So good.
So good.
Oh, it tastes delicious.
Ugh.
All
color
mouths
palette.
dropped in unison when Aang is going into the Avatar state in the catacombs, and then Azula shoots him. Everybody just let out a collective.
My 4th grade body, okay, still remembers
Trembled.
how it felt watching that. I cried. I cried with
We all
Katara.
did.
I
all
cried with Katara watching her love fall out of the sky. Like, oh my
I don't know
gosh.
if it was her love. It was her.
Yeah, it was.
Well, she
Not
didn't know
like
At
that
least in a
yet.
romantic
friendly
love.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
least in a
no,
friendly way.
okay, we'll put it that way. Yeah.
We also cried for Iroh.
Yes. When he turned his
So
back
bad.
on his
So
nephew. Well, his nephew turned his back on him, and in turn, he looked away.
Ooh.
It's so good.
Ooh.
So good. Brian, what's your number 3?
Number 3 is Blind Bandit.
We already heard what you had to
I
say.
ain't no
Yeah.
poser. No. There's one thing I didn't get to say because you guys wouldn't let me.
Okay.
And this is one of the reasons why this is the best episode of the entire show. The animation of the Blind Bandit is above almost anything that they've ever done. Okay, with all the fight scenes that they do, the rotoscoping, the artistry of doing all those action poses, especially in the arena scenes, is incredible. It is incredible.
I truly love how they depict us seeing what Toph sees, like with those ripples in the black and white. Like that's a really cool depiction of that.
I had
It's-
always
it's
wished
like
they
a
had done
pu-
like a continuous stream of like vision
Yeah.
where it wouldn't just freeze. It would be like a continuous thing. But it's fine.
It's a very pure martial arts episode. You know,
It is the
straight
strong
up
suit of
like
that
it-
one. Yeah.
it's a Jet Li, Jackie Chan, wushu, kung fu, you know, northern style fighting martial arts episode. You know, that's just great. It speaks to everything that is about, you know, especially Eastern martial arts. You know, where you become not just a master of your craft, but you're like a master of your body, and that's what
Yeah.
Toph signifies. You know, and so you get that almost more than any other episode in the entire show of all the seasons, where you see somebody who's just a pure, I mean, she's being trained, but she's just so in tune with her body and what she can do with it.
I think the
She's just a
cooler
pure
part-
athlete.
The cooler part of it is she's a frail little girl. Like, she's strong, but she's little. The earthbenders that we've seen to this point have been muscular men. Like, I'm thinking King Boomy or
And
like
Haru.
or yeah, or like the Earth general or whatever. Like, all the earthbending generals have been all strong, and then you have this little girl who has such power and is underestimated. That's just really cool.
Yeah, so that's why Blind Bandit is. And then, like I said, this is when Toph, her defining moment, when she breaks free of her family and her expectations of them, and she decides, I'm going to live on my own terms. Her defining moment. Boom, done. 3.
All right, here's number 2, the top 2, guys.
It's controversy for me. Are you ready?
For number 2, I put Crossroads Destiny here at number 2.
Y'all are a bunch of haters.
Pretty much it's the great. You guys don't understand that when this episode
don't
came out, we had to
understand.
wait like 2 years or something like that before
we
we
didn't.
finally got season 3. It felt like it. It was a long.
It was a long
butt
time.
Yeah.
I remember it was a long time.
It felt so
it was
long.
a long time. So this cliffhanger where everything went to poop, the Earth Kingdom has fallen. Aang is, you know, we have no idea what's up with Aang. Azula is sitting on the Earth throne. Zuko has turned his back on Iroh. Everything is destroyed and gone, and it's done so elegantly. It is the Empire Strikes Back of the series. It might rival that. It's that well done. It's beautiful.
Ileana, what's your number 2? You're looking at me weird.
Go.
City of Walls and Secrets.
What the heck? Are you
I told you guys.
Mine isn't that
What?
insane.
Like, I told you guys it was gonna be crazy, but the Long Fang scene, just that scene alone of them talking, just got so creepy and eerie that we weren't expecting to get from within the walls. Okay, you were thinking this is gonna be a paradise. This is gonna be perfect. They're gonna get everything together. All right, from what we knew
I
at the
had that
time.
16, bro.
What?
I had that at 16. man.
You're wrong. This is so good that
No,
we're.
really, it was at 16.
Anyways, stop it. But we were under this impression that, okay, we're finally safe. We're in Ba Sing Se. We're meeting with the Earth King soon. Things are gonna go our way finally. And then we're talking to Long Fang, and everything just starts to close in on itself. And then you see Jet being brainwashed, and it's like, oh no. This is not what we thought it was. This is dangerous now. Now we're not safe in here. There's a whole lot of different rules and scary things and scary people who we thought were on our team are not on our team. And I love and ate that up so much. And that's why it's number 2.
Look, I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you. Don't give me that face. I'm happy for you. that you love it so much. Okay. Okay, but in all honesty, no, not in all honesty. My number 2 is controversial as well.
Uh-oh.
It's Appa's Lost Days.
Oh my gosh, guys. I don't understand.
Listen,
Look,
this episode
you had-
won not only in my own personal opinion is it excellent, it's won many awards. Many awards.
So did Blind
to its
Bandit.
to its credit.
So did Blind Bandit. So did Bitter Work.
Why don't you marry it, okay? All right, but my own personal reasons for loving Appa's Lost Days. Appa is not just a side character. And here he gets his moment for everybody to remember he is an important part of Team Avatar. He can't speak for himself. All he can do is just be there and be there for Aang. And you just see his suffering.
Yeah.
And it's not just that he goes through so much. He is literally abused, starving. He's sold off. He's scared. He's lost. He has to fight a boar and gets stabbed with spikes. He's threatened by these farmers. He finds no peace.
And he's surrounded by fire. And it's like, this
and
is
he's
worst
afraid
fears.
of that. He's afraid of it. He finds no peace, no rest. He's lost. He's scared. He's got no food. For a while, he didn't have any water. This goes on for 6 weeks.
Only for the end of the episode to still end badly. And now
Yes,
he's with
you're
Long
like,
Feng.
oh, wow. Okay, there's gonna be something good that happens to him. Something good, right? One good thing. But then it's not Aang that blew the whistle. And that was also like a big bang in the sound effect, because you're like, oh shoot, that's not Aang. Who is that?
Yeah.
Blowing the whistle. And it's Long Feng. There to terrorize again. But
I hear
also,
you're looking for your bison.
yeah, but also besides that, there are 2 important things that go on that make it special. One is the voice acting. The voice acting and the writing for this, for the people. When the circus guy is like, I understand you've been through a lot. That's okay. You know, I'm going to break you.
Yeah.
And then the little boy that shows compassion towards him, it's like, see you later, buddy. Or
It's so
go,
Aang type.
you can do it. And you're like, yes, go. You're rooting for Appa to just leave. And when he's leaving the circus, he's crying in his own Appa way. He's literally crying. He's got tears in his eyes.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my gosh, I can't. But then you also have Azula again in this episode with the Kyoshi warriors, and you're left on another cliffhanger. What is going to happen to Suki?
Yeah.
What is going to happen to Suki? And you don't find out until season
Book 3.
3. Until book 3.
The Day of Black Sun. And that's like halfway through the season.
Yeah, and you don't even find out what happens to Suki in the Day of Black Sun. It's not revealed.
Yeah.
She's just brought up. So that's a pivotal moment. We don't see Suki again for a long time. It's also where Mei, Ty Lee, and Azula steal their clothes, take down the Kyoshi warriors, and then begin
Yeah, so
their...
there's just a lot that happens there.
There's so much that happens in such a little amount of time, and you can't help but feel emotional in all of this. And then you finally get a little bit of respite when he goes to see the guru, and the guru is just being kind and patient with him, and you get a little bit of a breather, and you get that little bit of hope until like I said, Long Feng captures him. There's so much that goes on in this episode, and that's why it's my number 2.
All right. We are at our last pick number one is very clear for Katie and Brian which one it is, and very clear for me that I chose the Crossroads of Destiny.
We chose Zuko alone.
Yeah.
Yep.
Zuko alone. Yeah.
Yep.
It's an amazing episode.
It is very good.
The flashbacks are amazing. The not live action, but the current events that are happening in the story are some of the deepest. This is when the wheels are starting to turn for Zuko, who, you know, the main antagonist of the series, you know, he gets that little doubt in his mind that, you know, everything that I've believed in is wrong, you know, or it's, you know, maybe everything we were taught isn't right.
And it's very fitting that he's wandering through a wasteland pretty much of Earth Kingdom rubble and Fire Nation rubble, just all kind of mixed together. There were fights there, but then there's nothing.
This never occurred to me, or I never maybe understood until I was older, when Azula is talking to Zuko when they're young and saying, "Dad's gonna kill you." Really, he is. Like, I never understood that until watching it when I was older and listening to the dialogue and truly getting what she's saying and what happened during the conversation with Azulan and Ozai. I was like, oh shoot, they
He's
really
really
were
gonna
kill
kill him.
Zuko. So that was
And meanwhile,
wild.
little Zuko's just like, "You're lying." Like, shut
Yeah.
up. No, he's not. No,
He was.
really, he is.
So that
It's great too
nuts.
because, you know, up to this point, for the majority of the show, Zuko has been the main antagonist. He's the one that we've come to, you know, he's the enemy of Team Avatar, of everybody. It all falls on him. He's the face that we've been given. But now we see that there's Azula too, who is much more wicked, much more ruthless. But even to that point, that
what is
Ozai,
wrong with that child?
Ozai is on a whole nother level. He is so wicked, so evil. We can't even see his face. Okay? We're not even given the full justification to see his face. And the minute that even Zuko is, you know, he's stands up and says, "I would like to show what I've been working on," just the displeasure,
The
on
frown
Ozai's
that pops
face.
on his face as
The
soon as he
frown
fails.
that pops up, you know, it just speaks volumes. It's just one little switch, and he's like, you know, it just speaks so much volumes of why Zuko, along with so many others like Sokka, but Zuko has one of the greatest arcs of the entire series. One of the greatest characters of all time.
It also shows his nurturing side from that, like his soft side that he gets from his mom, being, I guess, the main person in his life. Because I mean, he had his father, he was there, but it's not like I'm there to impress dad, but mom is here to love me. So, you know, you see that aspect too. Katie, do you have anything else to say?
It's almost like a Western. It's almost like a Western episode, too. That whole Western aspect is awesome.
Something to notice is that Zuko is also starving. He is suffering. And because of what is happening in these seasons, it stunts his growth. Like, physically, it stunts his growth. He will always be scrawny because of him starving in these episodes. I think that's just something cool.
Oh, I
that
never
they
noticed
kept
that.
up
All right.
Maybe it's like he's if you think about it, he's like not a savior, but it's his temptation, you know, where he's out in the wilderness and he's being tempted not just by hunger but by so many other things, you know. So it's just a great character study into Zuko.
Yeah. amazing episode. I'm sorry that it's number 3, but City of Walls and Secrets for me is up a little bit higher. And then Crossroads of Destiny. That's just the episode. I'm a sucker for finales, okay? I'm sorry. I am just a giant sucker for big battles and high stakes. So, what can I tell you?
There's nothing.
So
wrong
Avatar
with putting
Aang
that
for you
episode.
Yeah.
might as well be the best episode. We can already call that for
So-
season 3.
The which one?
Avatar.
Oh,
Aang.
Avatar Aang. Actually, no. We'll talk about that in next week's episode.
Yeah.
If you made it this far, my goodness, you really stuck through some stuff. All right? And we appreciate it. Go ahead and drop a like if you enjoyed this episode. And we'll be talking about book 3 next week as we're gearing up for, goodness gracious, this Netflix Avatar The Last Airbender series. We still haven't even talked about the trailer. Okay, hopefully we can do that next week. We have not talked about that trailer for Netflix. All right, we've got Brian in this corner.
Avatar. Great show.
Wow, thanks. We've got KT in this corner.
Zuko, get over here. I need you to dance with me.
And I'm Ileana, your host, signing off on yet another episode of Bump That. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll see you next week when we rate Book 3, the final season, and the only season of Avatar. Sorry, Korra, you don't exist. Bye-bye!